What is going on, everybody? We are back here with another Madden 25 fantasy draft video, and today I'm doing the only drafting NFC players challenge. So the rules of this challenge are pretty straightforward. I'm only allowed to draft players that are currently in the NFC. So as of 10, 12, 24, if they are currently in the NFC as of today, they are eligible to be drafted here. And so yeah, with that being said, let's see what pick I end up getting. I also I got pick 11. So the other day I did do only drafting AFC players. So if you've not seen that one, I recommend you go check it out because I will be spoiling a lot of that here in this one. But yeah, besides that, so right out of the gate, we see guys like Justin Jefferson, Christian McCaffrey, Micah Parsons, Fred Warner, but I'm looking at quarterbacks. So, okay, Kirk Cousins, Jordan Love, Jared Goff. So, the thing is, when I did the only drafting AFC players challenge, I waited on quarterback, and that ended up not being a very good idea. However, I know for a fact Kirk Cousins will be available later on, so I'm not going to take him here in round one. So here, I'm just really deciding between Micah Parsons and Justin Jefferson here, and as a Vikings fan, I would really love to take Justin Jefferson, but because the thing is, though, this is just a one-season thing. So when you think about like simulation, I feel like wide receivers don't matter as much because that's more based off of like what offensive playbook you choose compared to like defenders who are just good like no matter what playbook you do. So I don't know, man, like I really do want to pick Jefferson, but like I feel like logically, in terms of this just being a one-season simulation, Micah makes more sense. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take Micah Parsons here in round one. He's going to be the first player taken in the NFC-only players draft. Okay, so here in round two, I think I probably should pick up someone on offense. Christian McCaffrey is here, but I mean, I don't know if I really want to take a running back this early. I'm very against taking running backs early on in fantasy drafts. I could go Dexter Lawrence and have the best defensive line in the league. But no, I think it would probably make the most sense to go with a wide receiver here because the wide receivers, they start to get taken very quickly. So what I'm going to do here is just go with the best wide receiver on the board here, Mike Evans here in round two. Okay, it's round three. I'd imagine Kirk Cousins is still available. Yeah, he is. Okay. So I'm pretty positive Kirk will be available until like round 5, I would imagine. So I don't necessarily need to take him right now. The thing is, though, like I mentioned when I did the AFC Players Challenge, I waited on taking Aaron Rodgers, and then he ended up going one round before I thought I was going to take him. So I don't know. I feel like I should just take Kirk Cousins and lock him up here, though. However, if I do take Kirk Cousins, that passes up the opportunity to get a guy like, I don't know, let's see, Darius Slay, for example, or like any other NFC player that's on defense because, quarterback is, the most important position, of course, but at the same time, like I do still need to build out a very good team. So what I think I'll do here is I'm going to take Darius Slay and I'm just going to hope that Kirk Cousins falls to round 4. If he's there in round 4, I'm going to take him for sure because, I don't want to risk it even longer. So yeah, we'll take Darius Slay here in round 3. Okay, is he going to be available here in round 4? And he's not. Okay, well, I guess it was a gamble. It didn't pay off. It is what it is. So yeah, I'm just going to take Matthew Stafford here. I'm not going to risk it. 4th round here, we are taking Matthew Stafford. All right, so now where do we go with round 5? So, I mean, we could go with a running back. There's guys like Aaron Jones, Jonathan Taylor, Josh Jacobs. I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's still a little too early to take a running back because, running backs, they are available so late into the draft. It's actually insane. Like, there's really no rush at all. I think what I should do is add another piece on the defensive line to go alongside Micah Parsons. So I could add his teammate, DeMarcus Lawrence here. I want to look at interior, though. So Jonathan Allen is here. What about edge rushers that are listed at linebackers? So there is none that, well, Matthew Judon is an 86 overall, but DeMarcus Lawrence was what, an 89? Oh, he's a 90. Okay. I think what I'll do here is take Jonathan Allen because from what I've seen before in other drafts that I've done, is DeMarcus Lawrence will be available pretty late. So yeah, that's what we're going to do here in round 5. Jonathan Allen, welcome to the team. And by the way, just a side note, I did mention this in the AFC Players Draft Challenge thing. I am kind of sick, so if I do sound a little different than how I normally sound, that is the reason as to why. So yeah, just saying, if any of you guys noticed that, that's just why. Is, you know, I'm still feeling a little sick. I do have a cough and a sore throat, so I am sounding a little different. But DeMarcus Lawrence is gone, which is, you know, unfortunate. Kenny Clark is here, so I mean, I could have taken DeMarcus Lawrence and then just drafted Kenny Clark this round. So, I mean, I guess not the best GMing by me, but I mean, it is what it is. So I feel like going wide receiver here would be beneficial. The thing is, though, the best wide receiver is going to be Drake London because, like I said earlier, wide receivers start to go fast. So we are going to add another target for Matthew Stafford here while we can. We are going to take Drake London here in round 6. And Dallas Goedert at 87 overall is still available in round 7. I can't lie, I really don't want to pass up on him. And, you know, I'm not even going to look at other positions. Dallas Goedert in round 7, I think that's great value. We are going to add him to our offense here. Okay, now with that draft pick done, I think we're going to focus here on defense for the next couple of picks. And so we have yet to take a single linebacker. Bobby Wagner at 87 overall is available. He's on the Commanders, so we are good to take him. But I think we should take a corner because similar to the receivers, corners, they start to go very fast. So Darius Williams, he is currently on the Rams, so he is in the NFC, so we are good to take him here. We are going to take Darius Williams here in round 8. Harrison Smith is still here, one of my favorite Vikings of all time. Can't pass up on him. Harrison Smith, welcome to the team. And Bobby Wagner at 87 overall is still available in round 10. It is very hard to pass up on him because I'm pretty sure he'll go within the next couple of rounds. So we're going to lock him in while we can. Bobby Wagner, welcome to the team. And by the way, I forgot to mention this before, but I'm going to go to round like 25, I believe is a good number to go to because that's how many I did for the AFC draft. Actually, for the AFC draft, I went to round like 27, so I don't know. I mean, I guess it just depends on the flow of how things are going and all that. And we do still need to add another edge rusher to complement Micah Parsons. And Cameron Jordan, from what I've seen, he actually does do pretty decent in STEM. Hopefully this duo works out. Cameron Jordan, we are going to be adding him here. Okay, so the linebackers are starting to get taken very fast here. So we are going to add Blake Cashman here in round 12. And I think this will be my last defensive pick for a while. We do need to add another safety here. So Micah Hyde, he is a free agent, but the last team he played for was the Bills, so can't really take him here. Jordan Poyer, Dolphins. Jimmy Ward is on the Texans, so Quandre Diggs would be the highest rated. Okay, actually he is on the Titans, so I cannot take him, which is unfortunate. However, Malik Hooker at 80 overall is on the Cowboys, so we are good to take him here. Okay, so here in round 14, we are just going to build out this offensive line, which is something I did not put much of an emphasis on in the AFC Draft Challenge. And, you know, that actually might have been one of the reasons we did not go on to win the Super Bowl. Spoiler alert, but, I mean, I did say I was going to spoil it. So, let's see. As for right guard, Kevin Zeitler, he's on the Lions. So I'm good to take him if I would like. I saw Jake Matthews was available. Rob Havenstein, I think that's how you say it. I could take him. He's on the Rams, I believe. So the thing is, you have to predict who's going to go next. And I believe Jake Matthews will go before literally everybody else. Well, actually, maybe Rob Havenstein would go next. I don't know. You know what? I'm going to take a gamble. We're going to go Jake Matthews, 85 overall here in round 14. So let's just see, is Rob Havenstein going to be available? And he's not. That's unfortunate. What about Kevin Zeitler? The right guard thing still glitched out. Don't understand how that's not fixed yet, but you know, it's EA, so it is what it is. But what about Kevin Zeitler? And he is not available. So yeah, I took a gamble, didn't work out. Is what it is. Okay, so I think I figured it out. If you sort by player age, I think now I'm sorting by overall, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I guess I fixed the glitch there. There we go, guys. If you want to see who the highest rated right guard is, just sort by player age. So yeah, that's cool. And since I am unable to take Kevin Zeitler, we are going to instead take Will Hernandez here in round 15. He's going to be returning to the Cardinals here. And then here in round 16, we're going to keep adding to our offensive line. We are going to pick up another guard here, this time around left guard Graham Glasgow. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Okay, we're going to take a short break from taking linemen here. We are going to pick up Adam Thielen because we do still need a third wide receiver. So yeah, Adam Thielen, welcome to the team. And we also do need a third cornerback as well. Isaiah Rodgers, I believe he's on the Eagles if I'm not mistaken. I want to look that up just to be sure. Okay, yeah, he is on the Eagles, just had to double check. So we are going to take him here. So yeah, we're just going to take Garrett Bradbury here in round 19. And now if Andrew Wiley is, well actually let's look at left tackles just to be sure. So DJ Humphrey at 76, what was Andrew Wiley? He was a 75. So DJ Humphrey, pretty positive he's on the Cardinals. I'm going to look it up just to verify. Okay, well he's a free agent right now, but the thing is though, his last team was the Cardinals, and the Cardinals are an NFC team. So technically he's still an NFC player. That's the rule that I go by and the rule that I made up. So yeah, DJ Humphrey is eligible here. We are going to take him here in round 20. Now in round 21, I feel like, oh, I still have not taken a running back. Wow, I just realized that. Okay, well, I mean, I still have plenty of options. James Conner, Brian Robinson, Tyler Algier, Jordan Mason. Yeah, I have plenty of options. So okay, so Caden Ellis is on the Falcons, so he is an NFC player, of course. So I'm going to take him here. James Conner, 84 overall. Do I just go best available and take James Conner? Could go with Chuba Hubbard. You know, he's my fantasy running back, so, you know, we do have a little bit of a connection. But yeah, I mean, I guess why not? James Conner, will take him here in round 22. Best available. Jonathan Hankins is like the last player that I feel like I really need to draft. I mean, after that, I'm basically just like drafting backups, which would be pretty boring. So I'll just try and get through these last couple picks real quick. Allen Lazard, of course, is on the Jets. Tim Patrick, I believe, is also on the Broncos. And then Noah Brown, I don't know. I'm not even going to try and guess. I'm just going to look it up. So Noah Brown, he's on the Commanders, so I can take Noah Brown here in round 24. And then I think what I'll do next is I'll just take a backup tight end and then a fourth corner, and then I'll pretty much be done. I feel like taking Zach Ertz makes a lot more sense because I really don't know how well Taysom Hill does in sim as a tight end because I don't really know many of his attributes. So I feel like it makes a lot more sense to take Zach Ertz here. So that's what I'll do here in round 25. Oh, Troy Hill is actually on the Panthers, so we can take him. Okay, we do have a few necessary positions. Kyle Juszczyk is still here. He's going to be my pick here in round 27. Now we got to go kicker and punter. I didn't take special teams in the AFC players one because I completely just like didn't think of it. But Brendan Aubrey, the highest rated kicker in the game, I believe at 86 overall. If I'm not mistaken, that would be the highest rated kicker. So we are going to take Brandon Aubrey here in round 28. And round 29, this is going to be my very last pick here. So punter, AJ Cole, I know he's on the Raiders. What about Bradley Pinion? Okay, after looking up what team he plays for, I believe he is eligible because, you know, Falcons are an NFC team. But yeah, Bradley Pinion is going to be my last pick here in the NFC only players draft. So with my last pick done, I'm just going to sim to the end and then we will check out what the roster is looking like. All right, so with the draft done, we are now going to check out the 87 overall team with an 87 offense and an 88 overall defense. So I think this team is pretty solid. You know, 87 is definitely a very solid overall to be at. You know, we can't really see in terms of other teams like what the overall ratings compared to other teams, but I think 87 would definitely be in like the upper half of the league. You know, I don't really know like what the average would be of teams. I feel like 84, 85 would be for CPU teams. So to be at 87 is definitely very solid. But yeah, so just looking at the offense, of course, we got Matthew Stafford, James Conner, and Kyle Juszczyk, best fullback in the league in the backfield. And then Mike Evans, Drake London, Noah Brown, Adam Thielen, Dallas Goedert, and Zach Ertz as who Matthew Stafford will be throwing to this season. And then on the offensive line, Jake Matthews, Graham Glasgow, Garrett Bradbury, Will Hernandez, and DJ Humphries. So yeah, this offense is definitely very solid. You know, we got some Super Bowl experience with Matthew Stafford, Mike Evans, and as I'm editing this video, I noticed Zach Ertz as well. Dallas Goedert, he won a Super Bowl as well. Kyle Juszczyk and Jake Matthews played in a Super Bowl. Garrett Bradbury hopefully will win a Super Bowl this year because, you know, I'm a Vikings fan. But I don't really know where I was going with that because, you know, it's Madden. Doesn't really matter. But, you know, the thought came and I went with it. Oh, and I just noticed we got Will Clapp on this team. Oh, yeah, we're winning the Super Bowl for sure. Oh, also, so in regards to the playbook, I did not know the Cardinals were in a 3-4. Okay, well, I never run a 3-4. If you guys have seen like my other content, like my Giants rebuild series, for example, you would know I'm a 4-3 guy. So we're just going to switch that to a 4-3. And then as for the playbook, I have no idea, honestly, like what a good playbook is. So the Chiefs, I know they're a 4-3 team. But however, the Chiefs playbook isn't really that good for some reason. Sometimes it's very good. Sometimes it's like not for simulation. So I don't really know if it's like the playbook or if it's just like the personnel. So I'm just going to assume it's the playbook because as the GM, I can't blame the personnel. So what I'm going to use is the Cowboys playbook because it's a 4-3 team. And Micah Parsons was, of course, our first round pick. So we need some familiarity there. But in regards to the offensive playbook, so the thing is with the Cardinals playbook, I'm pretty sure the quarterback will get a lot of runs. So honestly, I have no idea what playbook would be like a good one for sim or a quarterback that you just want to pass a lot. But I know the Chiefs playbook one is good for pass attempts. However, a lot of them go to the tight end. You know, nothing against Dallas Goedert. He's very good. I would much rather the pass attempts go to like Mike Evans because, you know, he's a 94 overall, I believe. So I don't know. I'll have to look it up real quick. Okay, so I spent like 5 minutes looking on Reddit because that's like the best source of information possible on the internet. And I saw recommendations of using the Vikings playbook. So that's what we're going to be doing here. We are going to be using Kevin O'Connell's offensive playbook, and we're just going to stick with the Dallas defensive playbook because I really have no idea what playbook is like good for defense. Offense, like I know some of them are good for like certain things. Like the Chiefs one is if you want your quarterback to throw 50 times a game and your running back to get like no handoffs. Whereas like the Ravens is if you want your quarterback to run. And we are definitely not using the Ravens playbook with Matthew Stafford. So hopefully with the Vikings playbook, it's going to be a pretty good balance between passing and running, but you know, with mostly passing. So honestly, I have no idea. We'll just see what happens. So yeah, we'll stick with the Vikings playbook on offense. If it works, then maybe I'll use it in future videos. If it doesn't, then probably not. But yeah, that's what the offense is looking like. Now let's check out the defense. So I'm actually pretty surprised the defense is only an 88 overall. I feel like this defense could easily be a 90 overall, but you know, if we're getting underrated, that's fine. We can just exceed expectations and go on to win a Super Bowl. But yeah, this defensive line is insane. Cameron Jordan, Jonathan Allen, Jonathan Hankins, and Micah Parsons. This is most likely the highest rated defensive line in the league. I would be very surprised if there's one that has higher overall players. So I fully expect us to lead the league in sacks this season. And I would imagine we'll have a top 5 run defense as well because of this front 7, you know, with these 4 as well as Blake Cashman, Bobby Wagner, Caden Ellis. We do have a very solid front 7, so yeah, I could definitely see us being a top 5 team against the run this season. And then, of course, our secondary, Darius Slay, Darius Williams, Harrison Smith, you know, one of my favorite Vikings, of course, and then Malik Hooker, Isaiah Rodgers, and Troy Hill out there as well. So we very well could be a top 5 defense across the board, you know, with rush yards, points per game, and pass yards as well. But, you know, it is Madden at the end of the day. Like, I mean, on paper, I could very well see this defense winning a Super Bowl. Like, very well. I think this team in general is good enough to win a Super Bowl. But it is Madden, so, I mean, it's very up in the air. So, I mean, yeah, this is what the team is looking like. And, you know, I think that's enough of me talking. I think it's time we see how well this team does on the field. So, before we sim, we got to do the record prediction. I think this team has a ceiling of, like, 14-3 and a floor of, like, 11-6. That's a pretty wide range, but like I don't know, I feel like we'll be somewhere in there, and I'm gonna predict 12-4. That will be my prediction. I'll go with 12-4. You guys can comment your record prediction if you would like, and without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and sim the season. Alright, so at the midway point of the year, we are currently sitting at 4-4, so that is less than ideal. You know, ideally we could be like 8-0, but I mean there's always room for improvements. So in regards to standings, we are currently second place in the AFC West, and overall we are the 8th seed. So, you know, we are pretty much tied with the Rams. We do have one more loss than them, and they might hold a tiebreaker over us. That could be it. But yeah, I mean, we do have Darius Slay tied for a league leader as an interception leader with 5 interceptions on the season. However, nobody else, so it is what it is. In regards to team ranks, though, not looking too good in terms of pass yards. The defense, you know, is not looking too nice either, but we're getting a lot of rush yards, so I mean, I guess that's a positive. But, I mean, yeah, not looking the greatest, but hopefully we can turn things around. I'm going to upgrade players real quick because we want to give ourselves every little advantage we can. And I also do have some staff points, so, I mean, might as well. All right, yeah, well, let's sim to the end of the season and see if we can turn things around and go on and make the playoffs. All right, it's week 17. Let's see if we are going to go on and make the playoffs here. And did we get, oh, we went 8-9. So we missed the playoffs by going 8-9. Wow. So the 7th seed was the Chicago Bears, who also went 8-9, but they had a tiebreaker over us, of course, because, you know, they had the same record as us, but made the playoffs. So, I mean, just looking at our team ranks, 32nd in pass yards, dude, what in the world happened? We were 23rd with points per game, 18th with rush yards. Dude, maybe this playbook was not the move. I guess trusting Reddit to give me good information was probably not the right idea. But defensive wise, we were top 10 with points, 22nd against the pass, and 18th against the rush. Like, I don't understand. Why are the defenses always so bad? Even though, like, I pick good players, but, like, for some reason, my defenses just always suck. It's so weird. But in terms of sacks, so the Bills with 52 led the league. Where are we, dude? Are we seriously? We're middle of the pack with 31. Micah Parsons, Jonathan Allen, Cameron Jordan, Jonathan Hankins, and you're telling me we're middle of the pack? That's insane. Matthew Stafford, 32nd with passer. Dude, what happened this season? Like, did we just hand the ball off way too much? Like, what happened? This is actually insane, dude. So Matthew Stafford ran it 70 times. So, I mean, that's probably a career high, I would imagine. I just want to see. So yeah, that's a career high by a wide margin. So I don't know, maybe the Vikings playbook was not the move. I don't know. I mean, I made the decision, so I mean, I take responsibility. It's my fault. But yeah, with that being said, that is going to be the end of the AFC Players Only Drafting Challenge. If you guys have any fantasy draft challenge video ideas you guys would like to see me do, make sure to let me know in the comments. And if I do decide to do your video idea, I will give you a shout out in that video. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching all the way into the end. I really appreciate that. I do have a lot of other Madden 25, College Football 25, NBA 2K25, and just gaming content in general. I got a ton of playlists on my page. If you are interested in checking out my other content, feel free to go check those out. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.